What you're going through may not be good, but God knows how to bring good out of it. Every thought will tell you it's never going to get better. You might as well be bitter. Don't believe those lies. You wouldn't be alive unless God had something amazing in front of you. Years ago, there was a great outbreak of disease in a small village in Africa. People were being overcome by nausea and sickness. After a couple of months, it was so bad, people started dying. Word quickly reached the main city, and they sent out experts to try to find out what the problem was. After several days of testing, they discovered their water was contaminated. This little village got its water from a mountain stream. The researchers began to travel upstream to find out where the problem was. They traveled for days and days and didn't see anything wrong. They finally came to the source of the stream. Everything on the surface looked fine. They decided to send some divers down to get as close to the source as possible. Much to their surprise, they found a big mother pig, and all of her piglets were stuck right there at the source. Somehow the pigs had fallen in and drowned and became wedged right at the opening. Now all this crystal clear water was being contaminated as it flowed past the dead pigs. All they had to do was remove the pigs, and once again, the water was perfectly fine. It's the same principle in life. We all have unfair things that happen, things we don't understand. And too often, instead of forgiving the people that hurt us, instead of letting go of the wrong, we've held on to it. Like those pigs, it's contaminated our stream. We wonder why we're negative, why we can't get along in relationships, why we keep losing our temper. We think this is just who I am. No, that is not who you are. You were created in the image of God. He made you to be happy, healthy, whole, secure, not bitter, angry, resentful. You need to go back and get rid of what's contaminating your stream. You need to find those pigs. Forgive the people that did you wrong. They hurt you once. Don't let them continue to hurt you. They can't stop your destiny unless you allow them to. You're not forgiving for their sake, you're forgiving for your sake, so your stream doesn't stay polluted. Quit reliving that dream that didn't work out, that business that failed, the contract that didn't go through. Let it go. God has another dream. That was a test. You had to go through those closed doors before you could come to your open doors. It may not have been fair, but God saw what happened. If you'll get rid of the pigs, if you'll turn it over to Him, start dreaming again, start believing again, start hoping again, God will pay you back for what didn't work out. He's going to open doors you never dreamed would open. He's going to bring people better than you ever imagined. What's in your future is much greater than anything you've lost. Now, my challenge, don't let a dead pig keep you from your destiny. Don't let a bitter root contaminate your life. It's time to move forward. A lady named Naomi had some tough times. She was living in a city called Moab. She was a widow. Her husband had died. Years later, both of her sons were killed. And sometimes life doesn't seem fair. You have more than your share of bad breaks. It's easy to get bitter and give up on your dreams. But God wouldn't have allowed it if it was going to keep you from your destiny. Yes, it's difficult. But God promises He will give you grace for every season. He won't let you go through more than you can handle. When that bitterness comes, you have to put your foot down and say, no, I'm not going there. I know God is still in control. I know His plans for me are for good. What you're going through may not be good, but God knows how to bring good out of it. But every thought will tell you it's never going to get better. You might as well be bitter. Don't believe those lies. You wouldn't be alive unless God had something amazing in front of you. He has a purpose for you to fulfill. Naomi had gone through so much, she thought she was done. She even changed her name. Naomi means my joy. She changed it to Mara. Mara means bitter. Now when people called her Naomi, she would tell them, don't call me that. Call me Mara. I'm bitter. I'm broken. My dreams are shattered. Just let me live in my pain. She let the bitterness get on the inside. Maybe she had a reason. She had been through a lot of losses, but just because you've been through loss doesn't mean you're not going to win again. Doesn't mean you've seen your best days. You may have had bad breaks, but don't change your name. God is not finished with you. The enemy doesn't have the final say. God does. Naomi moved back home to Bethlehem. Her daughter-in-law Ruth went with her. I can imagine when her friends saw her, they came running out. Naomi, I can't believe it's you. She said, don't be happy for me. I went out full, but I'm coming home empty. She was saying, I went out with my husband, my 2 sons, but look, now it's just me. Have you ever gone out full? Big dreams, big goals, but things didn't work out the way you had planned. The marriage didn't make it. Pregnancy didn't last. Contract didn't go through. Like Naomi, you could easily be bitter. But here's how merciful God is. Even though Naomi thought she was done, even though she gave up on her dreams, God said in effect, Naomi, you started in joy and you're going to finish in joy. You may have changed your name, but I didn't change your name. You had trouble in Moab. Don't worry. I have a blessing waiting for you in Bethlehem. Mark 16, Jesus had just been crucified. Mary Magdalene and another Mary went to the tomb early one morning to put perfume on his body. They wondered how they were going to roll the stone away, but when they arrived, the stone was already moved. They walked in the tomb, saw a young man dressed in white. It was an angel. They were afraid. He said to them, you're looking for Jesus, but he is not here. He has risen. He has gone ahead of you to Galilee. There you will see him. Notice, he is not here. He is there. The angel was saying in effect, I know this looks bad. I know you're hurting. I know you're disappointed, but don't stay here. Something better is waiting for you there. In other words, here is the disappointment. Here is the bad medical report. Here is the dream that didn't work out. If you stay here, you'll be discouraged. You have to go there. And sometimes the reason God doesn't comfort us in the here, in the disappointment, is because he doesn't want us to stay where we are. Yes, the loss is painful. Yes, the setback wasn't fair, but God is not here. He's gone ahead. He's waiting for you there. God is not in your past, in what you lost, in what didn't work out. He's in your future. Don't get stuck in here. Move forward into there. There is where vindication is. There is where new beginnings are. There is where you'll find your healing. If the 2 Marys would have stayed at the tomb in self-pity, I can't believe this happened, they would have never seen the there. They would have never seen the Lord. Are you living in the here while God is waiting for you there? Are you stuck in a disappointment, bitter over a bad break, angry over what didn't work out? It's time to leave here and go there. There is where God is waiting for you. There is where the blessing is. The disappointment is simply a season. It's not the rest of your life. God has already gone ahead. God has already lined up the next chapter. If my father would have stayed in the here, he would have missed his destiny. He left that church, started Lakewood with 90 people. And that was over 50 years ago. And here we are still going strong. What am I saying? The here is not the end. The disappointment, the loss, the betrayal, that's temporary. God has already gone ahead. Don't let bitterness hold you back. Don't sit around in self-pity. Move forward into there. There is where God will pay you back. There is where he'll do more than you can ask or think. Luke 15 is the story of the prodigal son. This young man took his inheritance and left home. He wasted all of his money, living wild, partying, making poor decisions. Finally came to his senses and decided to go back home. His father came running out to meet him and welcomed him with open arms. He was so glad to have his son back. He told his staff to go kill the fatted calf. They were going to have a party. Well, the older brother was out in the field working. When he heard all the music, the dancing, he asked someone what the celebration was all about. They told him, your brother has come home. We're having a party to welcome him back. Verse 28 says, the older brother became angry and refused to go in. His father came out, pleaded with him. Come on, son, come in. Your brother is back home. He said, Dad, I've worked for you all these years, been slaving away. I always do what you ask, but you've never given me a skinny goat. And yet you go and kill a fatted calf for after all he's done. You can hear the bitterness in his spirit. It's not fair. You haven't treated me right. I'm not coming into your party. Here's my point. The party went on without him. His bitterness didn't stop the party. It just kept him from going into the party. And sometimes we're holding on to unforgiveness, anger, resentment, thinking that it's hurting the other person. The truth is, the party's still going on. It's just hurting us. Are you letting bitterness keep you out of the party? Are you letting a disappointment keep you from enjoying today? Why don't you let it go and come on into the party? Life is happening. There's a celebration going on. Today is a gift. Don't let a bad childhood keep you out of the party. Don't let a divorce, a breakup cause you to be sour and sit on the sidelines. Come into the party. Start dreaming again. Start loving again. Start believing again. We have no guarantee that we're going to be here tomorrow. Life is fragile. Time is too short to live offended, bitter, in self-pity. God knows what you didn't get. Quit trying to get people to pay you back and go to God and He'll make it up to you. If you'll come into the party, if you'll get rid of what's contaminating you, I believe and declare you're going to experience a new sense of freedom, better relationships, greater joy, clearer vision. I declare that every root of bitterness is coming out right now. You're going to rise higher, live happier, and reach the fullness of your destiny in Jesus' name.